Welcome back, students. The students, today we shall continue the poem The Tale of Custer the Dragon, written by Ogden Nash. Before we continue the poem, we shall recall what we studied in our previous class. This poem is written in the style of ballad, means a song or a poem that tells a story. So the story here of Belinda, who lives in a little white house with her pets. The pets are a mouse, kitten, dog, and a dragon. All her pets claim to be brave, except for the dragon. So they name him Custer. So this is what we till here we discussed in our previous class. Shall we continue? Let me recite this stanza for you. Please follow my recitation. Suddenly, they heard a nasty sound, and Mustard growled, and they all looked around. Meow! Cried Ink, and ooh! Cried Belinda, for there was a pirate climbing in the window. So the student, then all of a sudden they heard a very unpleasant sound. So after hearing it, Mustard growled, and all of them looked around. So what kind of sound did they hear? They heard a nasty sound, means bad or unpleasant sound. So what happened after they heard the sound? So they were surprised. They looked all around and looked around. And how did Ink and Belinda react? Ling, Ink mewed, Ink mewed, and Belinda cried, "Oh!" Then what happened? Who was climbing in the window? Window means what? Windows. You can see I have given the meaning here. Window. A pirate was climbing through the window. So they all cried. They saw that there was a pirate who was climbing in through the window. Have you understood, students? So we move on. Pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirates meant no good. Pistol in his left hand. So yeah, we find to see that who held the pistols? A pirate. A pirate held a pistol. What did the dragon do to him? He ate him. It was clear that we find that the pirate had pistol in his left hand. He also held another pistol in his right hand. He was holding a shining dagger. Among who? Among what? Among his teeth. His beard was black. His beard was black. So here, cutlass means what? A dagger. And one of the legs was of wood. So one leg was wood. It was quite clear that the pirate meant no good to them. So here we understand what does the expression the pirate meant no good convey? It conveys that he was going to do some harm. So meant no good means his intention was not good. So his intention was not good. That's what we understand. So overall we find to understand that the pirate had pistol in his left hand, and the all other creatures they have understood that he has come over there. His intention was to harm them. Shall we move on? Belinda paled, and she cried, "Help! Help!" But Mustard fled with a terrified yelp. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household, and little Mouse blinked strategically. Mousehold. So here we understand that Belinda paled. So Belinda turned pale and cried for help. Pale means the complexion faded. So facial color faded. Afraid. Why? Because she was afraid that pirate might kill her. Who might kill her? Pirate. So her face was pale. Belinda pale. And what was the dog's reaction? It made shrill cry, as if it and ran away out of fear. So ink trickled down to the bottom of the household. What does it imply? Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household means as the ink as a substance trickles down. Similarly, the kitten, without anybody's notice, disappeared somewhere under the household thing. See here, what liberty? See here, you can mousehold means what liberty in the use of language has the poet taken in this extract. The whole is used. Whole is used as a verb, as an sorry, whole is used and as a verb instead of a noun also household. So is used as a noun and not as an adjective. So whole is actually a noun. So here it is made, it is used as a verb. So what we understand here, Belinda, when Belinda saw the pirate, her face became pale with fear. She started crying for help. So Mustard was terrified and fled crying. The little mouse Blink entered its hole, and the little mouse Blink entered his hole and saved himself strategically. How? Study as the situation demanded. Strategically, where? In this? In what way? By hiding in the hole, in the mouse hole. Shall we continue? But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine, clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon, with a clatter and a clang and a jangling squirm. He went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. So, jumped, but up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine means, yeah, what is the poetic device used here? A simile. How? Snorting like an engine. Clashed its tail. Clashed means struck its tail like irons in a dungeon, in a prison, with a clatter and a clang. Clatter and clang means making rattling sound, and a jangling squirm. Jangling means making a harsh metallic sound. He went at the pirate like a robin at a worm. Robin, a sparrow. He went at the pirate. Again here, the poetic device, the figure of speech used here is a simile. How did he go? He went at the pirate like a robin, like a sparrow, which is very quick enough to pick a worm. So yeah, the dragon Custard jumped up. He was snorting like an engine, his tail clashed with the pirate as the iron chains strike on the dungeon floor. and with a clattering and clanking sound, with a clattering and clanking sound, he made his body hard and twisted. He pounced upon the pirate as a robin pounces at a worm. So, how did he squirm? Yeah, Custer squirmed, making jangling sound. What is Custer's fight with the pirate compared here? It is compared with Custer pounced upon the pirate as a robin pounces upon an insect. So beautifully the comparison is made by the poet. Have you understood, student? Shall we move on? The pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon and gulped some grog from his pocket flagon. He fired two bullets, but they didn't hit, and Custer gobbled him every bit. So the pirate gaped, means watched intently at Belinda's dragon, and gulped, means drank down some grog, means wine here, from his pocket flagon. He fired two bullets, but they didn't hit, and Custard gobbled him every bit. So, swallowed him completely. So, dear students, what we understand here, the pirate gaped, and the pirate watched intently at Belinda's dragon. Belinda's dragon called Custer. He took out a small container. Here, we understand that the pirate gaped at Belinda's dragon, and we find to see that the pirate gaped at the dragon because he was afraid. And to prepare himself for the fight, the pirate, what did he do? He gobbled up, he gulped some grog, means wine. He drank some liquor, some wine. So what is the meaning? The word gobbled means swallowed, swallowed. And what does the expression? And gulped some grog from his pocket flagon means he drank some wine from the wine bottle in his pocket. So why did he gulp some wine? Why? Because to get some strength. He tried to hit the dragon. How? By firing two bullets, but was not successful. So he fired two bullets, but they didn't hit. They didn't. So what did Custer do to the pirate? He gobbled him completely, every bit. Gobbled means swallowed the pirate, swallowed the pirate completely. So, what is the rhyme scheme of this stanza? AABB. So dragon, flagon, hit, bit. AABB. So this is the rhyme scheme of the stanza. Next, who is projected as the hero in this line? So here, the dragon. Who is dragon here? Custer. Dragon called Custer. So, what were the bullets fired? Or how did Custer deal with the pirate? He gobbled him, he swallowed him completely. Have you understood, students? Belinda embraced. What did she do? Belinda embraced Mustard, licked him. No one mourned for his pirate victim. Ink and blink in glee did gyrate around the dragon that ate the pirate. So Belinda embraced him. Belinda embraced him. Mustard licked him. Whom did Belinda embrace? Belinda embraced the master, the dragon. So, what did the dragon do? Why? He licked Belinda. So, master licked Belinda. So, the word mourned here means what? Lamented, lamented. In glee did gyrate means, in glee did gyrate. Glee means what? Happiness. Gyrate means danced around. So mourned means expressed grief. So in glee did gyrate means what? They danced happily. This is the meaning. Everyone embraced Custard. Why? Why do you think? Because he killed the pilot. And next we find, how did Belinda and Mustard show their gratitude towards Custard? Belinda embraced him, and Mustard licked. So how did they feel about the pirate? So no one was sorry for him. So Ink and Blink happily they were going round the dragon. Why? Because they were happy. So they were going around the dragon. Why? They were happy and obliged to dragon. For what? For saving their lives. From whom? From the pirate. So, what is the rhyme scheme of the stanza? Again, him, victim, gyrate, pirate. AAPB. This is the rhyme scheme of this stanza. So next we find to understand the students that Belinda embraced Custard and Mustard started licking him, and Ink and Blink danced around the dragon who had just swallowed the pie. Have you understood, students? Shall we move on? But presently up spoke little dog Mustard. I'd have been twice as brave if I'd been flustered. And up spoke Ink and up spoke Blink. We'd been 3 times as brave, we think. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. But presently up spoke. So, presently up spoke. Oh, little dog Mustard. So the student, yeah, what excuse did Mustard make? Mustard told that he would have been twice as brave had he had not been nervous. So yeah, what did Ink and Blink claim? What did they claim? They claimed that they would have been thrice more, 3 times more brave. And what did Custer say? Custer agreed. So, and Custer said, I quite agree. I quite agree. Said that, agree that everybody was braver than, everybody was braver than whom he himself was. That's what Custard agreed. Such a humble, and we can also say he did not show off his courage, but other creatures they took advantage of it. What does it show about Custer's character? What does it show? Shows that Custer was timid and lacks self-respect. So yeah, it lacks self-respect and also self-confidence. So he did not boast of his adventurous work, courageous work. He didn't boast of its bravery, but others took advantage of it. This is what we learn from this stanza, that then Ink and Blink replied that in the views that they would have been thrice as brave as they had been. Custer readily agreed that everybody there was braver than him. So, this is what we understand. Custer did not take the credit, but other creatures they took the credit, and Custer said he agreed that everybody was braver than himself was. Shall we continue? Last two stanzas are repeated. Belinda still lives in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon and a really a truly a little pet dragon. So yeah, Belinda, pet names of Belinda, dragon and little are, what are they? Can you tell me? We have Custer and Master, the pet names of Belinda's dragon. And we understand that in the repeated, since this stanza is repeated, again I am going to explain or describe this stanza. The Belinda lived in a little white house. She lived, still lived there with her pets. So they were, what are they? They were black kitten, a grey mouse, a little yellow dog, and a dragon named Custard. So she lived with all her pets. The black kitten was named Ing. So she had named each creature with its own name. Again, this stanza is also repeated. Belinda is as brave as a barrel full of bears, and ink and blink chase lions down the stairs. Master is as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard keeps crying for a nice, safe cage. Again, this stanza has been repeated that it's a Belinda is as brave as a barrel, and she was braver than many bears put together. Ink and Blink were so brave that they could chase even lions down the stairs. Mustard the dog was as brave as a tiger. So, figure of speech. What is the figure of speech here? Simile, brave as a tiger in a rage. So, but Custard always cried like a cover to be put up in a nice, safe cage. So, it shows Custard's timid attitude and lack of self-respect. So, Belinda is as brave as a barrel full of beers. So, yeah, why did Custard cry for a nice, safe cage here? Why? Can you tell me? Custard was a cover and always cried to be put up in a nice, safe cage. That's why he always cried for a nice, safe cage. So, dear students, before we wind up the poem, this session, we shall try to summarize what we discussed in this poem, The Tale of Custer the Dragon. This poem is written in the style of the ballad, a song or a poem that tells a story. The story here is of Belinda, who lives in a little white house with her pets. The pets are a mouse, kitten, dog, and a dragon. All her pets claim to be brave except for the dragon, so they name him Custer. One day, when a pirate comes to loot, the kitten, mouse, and the dog hide in fear, but Custer the dragon fights and eats the pirate. When there is no danger anymore, the other pets come and claim they too would have done the same thing, and that they were very brave. The dragon still says that he is not brave and just wants a safe cage. Here we end the summary and the poem. Thank you.